Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best spot to land at for FNCS this season. Let's get into it. Let's go. Alright guys, we are now in the game, and the best landing spot, I think, for this year, for solo FNCS, where I will probably be landing, is this spot right here. And originally in the last season, this was where the trains were with the underground stuff, but now most of the trains have been turned into those, like, the override effect things. But this is the only train station in the whole map that has been turned into basically like a little POI. And I know a lot of people sometimes land here, but if nobody lands here, this is definitely one of the best spots. And we were playing in Battle Royale because I don't believe anybody will land here in Battle Royale. Maybe, but I see some. Is that kid landing there? Oh my god, there's kids landing here. But that's why, because this is a really good drop spot, so we're going to land up here. But as you can see, it looks like a little like campsite. You know, you got like one building to the left and one building to the right, and it's really good. So we're going to get a loot and see if we can kill this kid. Yeah, very good drop spot, and there's a lot of places you can go from it, which, like, once you loot it up, so I'm going to be showing you that, too. A lot of spots you can go to after you loot the entire thing. There's about 2 to 3 different ways you can go. Let's just push this kid. This kid's running away. Yeah, we'll let that kid run away. He's scared now. Alright. This is the POI, guys. It is not named. It should be named. I mean, this is basically a little POI, but a lot of kids land here. You know, it could sometimes get contested. I know that, but if you get to see yourself, it is definitely the best POI to be landing at this season for solo FNCS, definitely. Some of the spots, you know, it's pretty big. You know, you got a lot of loot up here because there's a big roof. Big roof. Can't speak right now. And then, you know, you got a lot of stuff here. And I know in tournaments there isn't the code things, but if you play Battle Royale and you want to play the spot, there is a lot of sprites you can get here too. The map, like the map for how many chests and stuff, will be popping up in the top left of the screen, and yeah, we'll be there for the rest of the video, so you guys can see like how many chests and stuff are here, because it's different spawns every game, obviously. But you know, you got this big area here, and if you go here, it kind of gets like a little modern over here, like through this door, I think, or a little bit past where I almost killed that kid. So you got this area, and then you got over here, you got like this modern era from like Mega City looking thing. You got like 3 barrels over here. We obviously got the 3 barrels right here, so that's 60 shields right there. You know, sometimes you got a spawn chest here. You know, this is definitely a big spot, and you know, I think for this not being a name spot, this is kind of crazy because this is basically like a name spot. There's like 10 to 15 chests here every game. It's pretty crazy. You got upper chest too, and some of the ways you can go after this is, one, you got a launch pad up there. So if you go up this mountain and up top to this, there's a launch pad up there which we'll go to. And if you go up here, it's kind of convenient because you got rotation right here, because most of the time this doesn't pull circle because it's basically on the edge of the map. But if you do pull, it's nice. You can camp in your spot, but most of the time it doesn't pull. So if you have to go rotate, this is definitely the best spot, because up here you can launch pad, which can send you anywhere in the map. Basically, it will get you pretty far. And then another spot you can go is if you want to like get more loot, like say there wasn't a lot of chest spawns, because this is like such a hit or miss with the chest spawns, but that's every POI. But if you come up this road right here, you got this underground, which some people land out in tournaments, but most of the time it doesn't get landed at because some people like don't want to land in here because there's sometimes not a lot of loot. But this sometimes can spawn tons of loot. Like we just got a purple pump right there, but you usually get 3 to 2 chests. And then if you want to go back up to that launch pad, there's a zip line right here that literally brings you up to the entire cave. And there should be 2 chests right here. Most of the time there are, but someone looted them. There's more people over here. Let's fight them, but... So we got more people. A lot of people land here. so we just almost died to that kid. But this guy Golden Josie, so that's a crazy spray. But another way you can go to, and we're on 1 HP, we'll do this on 1 HP, who cares? But another way you can go to is if you like the camping route and you're like, I want to loot this place, but I don't want to go crazy after because like I'm not that good of a fighter, and my game plan for this whole tournament is just to camp, which some of my tournaments are like that because I'm like, I'm not that good at fighting, so I'm not going to force myself to fight people and move around. If you don't want to do something like that, the best spot I would tell you to do is I did this in the Shadow Cup, which got me 257 points. We're not going to fight this kid. We're just going to get away from this kid. The best spot I would recommend is if you go up here to this hill, which is another spot. Up here is this little shack right here, which usually spawns 3 barrels and a chest mostly. And then if you come over here, you got this, and this is definitely the best spot. I'm telling you, this is the best hiding spot. You come up one of these things, like these cords or whatever, and you literally you can sit along this whole entire sign. My spot is over here. I sat here for the Shadow Cup most of the tournament, just almost fell. But you just sit right here. You're behind this big tree, which nobody can notice, and especially in like a 0 build or build, if you have shockwaves, you can rotate out of there too. And then if you come down these roads, which are much better, you can come over here with this, you got the more chests down here, which usually spawns right there. But it's definitely a better spot because if you wanted to turn around, right, if you're like, okay, like I want to go behind because there's someone in front, there's someone on the hill, and there's someone in the cave, the best spot I would tell you to go then is you go up this hill right here where these rocks are, and you might think, oh, they're just like 3 rocks, yeah, there's probably nothing there. If you go up there, there's usually 2 or 3 chests that spawn here. I'll put up the map for that too. Everywhere we go, I'll put up the map for chest spawns and stuff like that. But there usually is a chest here, and like here behind this rock. And then I'll go in the storm for a sec so you guys can see. But you got the crane right here, which some people land at because there's a lot of chests there. But if you go back here, you got this van, you got a campsite, and you got this little building back here. But it's a really good drop spot. It got really, the train was good, but, a lot of people landed train because of how, the movement was, and you could go from train to train pretty easily. But now it turned into this, which makes it even more of a hot drop because it's a better place, and it basically is a name POI just without having a name. So we just died there. But that'll be the end of the video, guys. That is definitely the spot I will be landing at for this sole FNCS. But if you guys want to cop this spot, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.